Hey Seth, Nick O'Neill here with Leo Digital SEO, man. Hey, I got that video for you right here, and it's going to be giving 3 pointers on your website and your Google business page. And then I'm going to show you the opportunity of taking those steps for you and why you might want to go ahead and start doing that right now for your business, right? So the 3 points are going to be content, backlinks, and citations. Again, then I'll show you why you're going to want to go ahead and start doing that and the reason for taking this for your business. So first things first, this is a very nice website. I will say that very clean, very easy to look at. I like the cars on there. But let's get into it. Nonetheless, content, generally Google likes to see 1,500 to 2,000 words, and that is depending on the competition and the number of keywords needed. So if you're asking what a keyword is, a keyword is anything someone might type into Google when they're looking for a particular service or product, right? So in your content, you can place these keywords throughout to tell Google exactly what terms you want your website found for. So for an example, you're an epoxy company, right? You're an epoxy flooring company. A keyword could be epoxy flooring, Austin, Texas, polished concrete, Austin, Texas, or epoxy coatings, Austin, Texas. You get the idea, right? So let's go ahead. I put your website in a word counter over here, and we see that you're at 678 words. You are going to want to go ahead and get that up to 1,500 first, because Google will consider you an authority once you at least hit that 1,500 mark. But second, you're also going to need that amount of content so you can get as many keywords in there as you can. Just to give you a little more an example of what a keyword is, right? I got the top competition over here. That's Austin Epoxy.com, or Austin Epoxy Floors over there in Austin, Texas. And we can see what keywords they're using, just to give you a little more of an example, right? So Epoxy Floors Austin, we can see that there are 250 people searching for that monthly. The KD is from 0 to 100. That's just how hard it's going to be to show up for that word, so not bad at all. And they're getting 91 people to their website just for that keyword alone, because they are ranked #1. So then here's the list of those keywords that you can use, of course, all throughout. And that'll be it for the keywords in the content section. Just wanted to give you a little more of an example for that. On to the second tip that I have for you, man, and that's going to be a backlink. And now a backlink is anywhere you find one website linking to another, or in this case, it's going to be one website linking back to Texas Tough Tops, right? And so these links, they act like an endorsement of your website from others, and Google uses this to actually build trust in your business and website by seeing other websites vouching for you. The best way that I can put it, for an example wise, is it's like a popularity contest. Google wants to see who has the most websites linking back to them, and then who's winning that popularity contest, right? So let's go ahead and look over here in my tools, Eris. We can see I got your website in here as well. Again, Eris is a tool that I pay for monthly. It's something that gives me more in-depth data on sites. There are free tools out there that you can use as well to just get this information out there, but nonetheless, we see that you have 57 backlinks and you've got 17 referring domains, or 17 other websites going back to your page. If we got the top competition over here, that's Austin Epoxy Floors, we see that they have 67 backlinks and only 23 referring domains. This is what I would like to call a low-hanging fruit. It would be something that would be easy for your business to grab, is what it basically means. Easy to overtake this competition right here for sure. So the idea is that if it works for you, if it's working for Austin Epoxy Floors, right, then why wouldn't it work for you? So we can go ahead and see exactly what websites do they have referring back to theirs. And then here are the websites that they have referring. So you would go in there, sign up, and get a link going back to your page. I do want to point out that not all links are created equal, so it is worth noting to stay relevant to your industry, and local websites will work best. To hit that point home even more, this is DR right here. This is, in the broadest way that I can say it, is this is from 0 to 100, and the higher this number, the more power that this site right here has in Google's eyes, and the more powerful the site is that's linking back to your site, the more power that's going to go into ranking your website, right? So you want to stay on this high end scale. These zeros, these fours, these eights, these 17s, you don't want to touch those, right? You want to go ahead for those high powered ones. Let's go ahead to that last point that I'm going to have for you, my man, and that's going to be a citation. We look over here in the Google Map Pack section. And now a citation is anywhere your business name, address or service area, and phone number is exactly as it is on this Google business page right here, right? And so these citations, they help you rank in this map pack here, which is extremely important for local businesses since they can generate huge amounts of revenue. If someone puts in epoxy coating Austin, Texas, you want to be in that top 3 section right there, right? Nobody's going to go to page 2 or page 3 or page 4 to look at those companies to get their epoxy coating done with whatever their service is, right? So these citations right here, they're included in directories like Yelp, Angie's Expertise, BBB, and there's hundreds of others I'm sure you may have heard of. Social media accounts are good as well. For an example, if you have a Facebook business page, let's say you have a Facebook business page, right? And on that Facebook business page, you're going to want to put your business name, address, and number exactly as it is right here on this Google business page on that Facebook business page, and that will count as one citation. So then you have Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, you name it, right? The list goes on and on and on. And the idea is that once your brand begins to be found all over the internet, because Google constantly has bots crawling to see whose presence is felt most compared to the competitors. And the larger your online presence is, man, the more Google will trust you and your website. And once Google sees you more often than these cats right here, the more likely it is they're going to rank you in this map pack section above the competition. So let's just recap real quick. Once you're getting that content of 1,500 to 2,000 words, you're putting in those keywords in there that I just showed you and what we talked about. And once you're getting those backlinks going, you're getting those other websites going back to Texas Tough Tops, and you're winning that quote unquote popularity contest. Then you're also getting those citations up. You're getting those reviews up that we just talked about. Well, let's look at why it might be so worthwhile and why you would want to go ahead and start doing that, right? We got Austin Epoxy Floors over here, and we see that they are getting 304 people to their website a month. That's a month just off of those 3 points that I talked to you right there, right? And also I want to point out that these numbers right here are always higher. This is just a tool that I use, but Google's numbers are always higher, right? So let's say that you had 300 people visiting your website, and only 10% of those actually picked up the phone for services. So let's say 30 people called Texas Tough Tops Epoxy, right? 30 people called that, and then your team closed out half of that, so that's 15 people. I don't know what your profit margins are right now, but that's 15 new jobs a month just off your online presence alone. I would imagine that would bring in a good amount of revenue for Texas Tough Tops. So yeah, Seth, this is what I do for a living. And man, I'm making this video in hopes that it will help you start to generate more traffic and leads online. If you do find yourself wanting more to continue scaling the business, man, feel free to reach out and I can help you with some more information, or we can just talk about the goals of the business and I can do some research to see what could be realistic for your business and what it might take to reach those goals. I do just ask that you leave one line of feedback if this video was helpful. Maybe some things weren't clear, or maybe something was great. Yeah, just a line of feedback to me, Steph, would be awesome, man. Again, my name is Nick O'Neill, and you can reach me at 832-728-9003. That is my cell. My door is always open, and appreciate you for your time. You have a great day and a great weekend, man.